Alright, today doing a soda tier list. Why? I don't know. I was sort of drinking a Mountain Dew flavor known as Frostbite, and it sort of irked me a little bit. Something came into my mind, and it slowly evolved, and after about 2 hours, we're finally here. Um, one of those hours was literally just me eating and, like, watching YouTube, but that's not the point. Um, this is entirely all my opinion, but just because it's my opinion doesn't mean invalidates yours, but it also doesn't mean yours is right, because mine is right. Anyways, as you can see, um, we're, we already have, oh, well, hold on, actually, I need to fix that. Alright, well, after a second of human error, fix the tier list, I noticed that C and uh, the special spot made for Coca-Cola and Pepsi was a little mixed up. Silly me. Um, as you can see, uh, Pepsi and Coca-Cola are both in their respective spots of where they belong, um, which is together, all the way at the bottom, because they are quite literally the worst possible soda you can drink in this entire world that exists. And if you already see a problem with this tier list, I can already tell you one of two things about yourself. Well, actually, more like one of four, at least. So I can go through it real quick. One, you either hate yourself, if you're drinking either of these two. Two, you could be a masochist, again, hating yourself. Three, you might literally have no more taste buds because they've deteriorated from your old age. Or four, you are literally in your late 30s and you no longer have the sensation of feeling like a youngster anymore. And the closest thing you can get to are these abhorrent sodas that were made like literally 200 years ago because they are so terrible. So yeah. Anyways, to put quite simply, Coca-Cola is terrible because it literally is the most disgusting thing you could possibly drink in this world in terms of soda. It is so unbearably, irredeemably terrible. Pepsi's right next to it. They're basically the same. Uh, Pepsi being a little bit better, and I mean like the most tiny, little, insignificant amount better, is a tiny bit sweeter, a tiny bit more bearable. Absolutely disgusting still. And also the feeling that it leaves on your teeth, wanting to grind them into little dust until they literally have no actual physical form left in this universe. Um, so yeah, terrible. Absolutely dog shit. The worst soda you can possibly drink. So, moving on. Uh, obviously, you know, who the hell actually likes diet soda? Uh, if you like diet soda, then I, I, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm assuming you probably are actually on a diet, but at that point, you just shouldn't even drink soda because you are, one, not really doing anything, and two, they're literally terrible. However, they are better than both Pepsi and Coca-Cola in any way possible. I would rather drink diet soda over either Pepsi or Coca-Cola. They're terrible. Terrible. It is better than both diet and Coca-Cola and Pepsi, but it is still absolutely an abysmal and terrible drink. I'm sorry. I'm so overwhelmed and overcome with emotion after talking about the Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew now. It is absolutely disgusting. As you notice, though, there are two other Mountain Dews left here, and that's to say, Mountain Dew is redeemable. It's just the original flavor is absolutely horrible. If you actually drink original, regular, how would you say, plain Mountain Dew, I guess, since I don't know. Um, it, I, again, are you like following some trend, like funny gamer, Mountain Dew Dorito? Because Mountain Dew is terrible. actually, like, terrible. I don't really know, like, it's not good warm, it's not good cold, it literally looks and tastes like piss. I might as well, like, let the dog go outside and lick up the fucking dirt that I just pissed on. Um, so yeah, another terrible garbage soda. As you can see, it is in B. That's just because kind of how this tier list is made. That I mean, sure, it like when you're comparing it to like Diet, Coca-Cola, and Pepsi, it's gonna be high up because you have to be absolutely terrible to be that far low. Like actually, like I, I let's just move on. I don't really, I can't put into words anymore. Terrible. Next up, we have Mountain Dew flavors. As a whole, I don't really know if they're all deserving of S, but from all of them that I have tried, not a single one has actually been on the same level as original Mountain Dew. I would put all of them higher than original Mountain Dew. They're all very good. Um, for example, the whole reason why I'm making this right now, the whole reason why this idea even came into my head is because I have a Mountain Dew Frostbite right here. Um, it is a blue raspberry flavored Mountain Dew and is actually very good. Um, I I don't know. It's just something about the flavors, the actual alternate flavors of original Mountain Dew. It feels like they realized what they did horribly wrong and somehow created actually beautiful lime flavors. I mean, I can't remember all of them in terms of name off my head, but the red one, the orange one, this frostbite, um, what else is there? There's the voodoo, which tastes like Skittles. Um, there's the red, white, and blue one, which literally like just changes flavor every time you sip it. I don't know. They're just all amazing, honestly. You probably could put them in A, but I think they're deserving of S, honestly, just because of like how much of a comeback it is compared to regular original Mountain Dew. So for that reason, I did put them in S. You could argue A, but I think they're deserving of S. And again, like I said, this is my opinion here, and it's the only one that, quite frankly, actually matters. Yours is probably dog shit, so yeah. Next up is undoubtedly the soda that I would 100% if I could only choose one, it's Baja Blast, without a doubt. And I think it's gonna be the only one up here actually. The whole purpose of this section up here, all the way at the top, was literally just created for Baja Blast. So, yeah. Um, experience. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I like Taco Bell quite a bit. I am a man of taco. It's pretty good stuff. It has its reputation, people shit on the taco. I personally, I like them. I like them. I can eat a whole family pack over and over again and never get sick of it. They're good. They're good. I don't give a shit what weird fucking rocks they're made out of, what fucking actual grotesque, fucking nutrients, whatever it's pumped with, fucking gasoline. It's good. It's good shit. Um, First experience with Baja Blast came from the local Taco Bell. Um, I forgot why I even got it, but holy fuck. The fact that I got it that one faithful day it's remarkable. It's actually, it brings me to tears sometimes. Like right now, I might actually cry. It's kind of crazy, honestly, the feelings that it gives me. I so to put it into words, maybe your Baja Blast. If you've never had it, then you are literally like just doing yourself a disservice. You might actually hate yourself, be a masochist, whatever. Um, you might actually be on the verge of well, You might not like yourself. So, to put it quite simply, Baja Blast is your metaphorical pseudo ideology thinking of being born. Baja Blast is like the gift of birth, thinking of nature's gift, thinking of a newborn child. Baja Blast is like being born and pushed out the womb. That first sip, that scent is like the scent of your prenatal fluids while being inside of the womb. And then that that sip, and then you get that first blast of taste. That's the opening. You're being born. You can smell the outside world. You're coming out, and then that's that gulp down. Boom, you've been pushed out, and then that aftertaste. You're like, wow, wow, wow. You're born, but then you come back. But then you come back for another one because you want it again. So they put you back in the womb, and then you get to experience all over again. And you're like, prenatal, I'm outside the womb, where, and then back in, and then, prenatal, I'm outside, the aftertaste, it's heavenly, heaven, and then you're back in, prenatal, where, I could go on and on. Baja Blast is quite literally a God's gift. If God did exist, this is the Adam and Eve. This is quite literally its form, its shape. This is its true being. This is God incarnate. If you can't recognize that, then you genuinely probably are just like fucking stupid. Um, so yeah, if you don't agree, you're just fucking dumb. Um, and it's okay. You can be fucking dumb. There's a lot of fucking dumbasses, so yeah, fucking dummy. Unless you do agree with them, good on you. Good on you. And if not, then fucking dummy. Anyways, moving. Next up, I decided to go with the lemon lime sodas, the whole line. Really, there's only two here. Um, it's Sprite and Serum Mist that I have up here. Um, Sprite, pretty solid, good soda, honestly. If you're in for that lemon lime kind of like, um, how would you say, maybe zesty? I don't know if zesty is really the word, but yeah, we'll go with like your zesty. It sort of got like an odd kind of spice to it. Maybe only white people can relate to that, who knows, but you know what I mean, like that kind of burning sensation in your throat that you're like, but it actually feels pretty good. Sprite is like that. Sprite is very good. Solid soda all around. I don't really have much to say about it because, I mean, yeah, just a good soda. Can't really go wrong with it. Soda. This one right here, Serum Mist, might be a little controversial where I put it, but I personally think Serum Mist takes Sprite just a little bit, just a tiny bit. It does everything that Sprite does, just a little bit better. I don't know. It's been a little minute since I had Serum Mist, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But everything that I like about Sprite is just ever so more present in Serum Mist. So I think Serum Mist is better, but they're interchangeable. In all honesty, if you don't have one, you have the others. You can't go wrong with either. So really, it's just kind of a flip of the coin of what's available at the time. But either way, you're not going wrong because I mean, it's not Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So good on you. Whatever you like, just go ahead. It doesn't really matter. These two are interchangeable, very good, solid sodas. Yeah. Alright. You may have been curious as to what this random Sprite container was. Um, that also happens to have the McDonald's logo on it, and why it was there, and why I didn't like just have one. And that's because that right there is, as DJ or a good pal Dale would say, McSprite is bussin'. and he's not wrong in the slightest. The reason why I have two separate ones is because that right below it, that McDonald's Sprite right below it, is Sprite. That is literally your corner store, little super saver, little market, fuckboy, little conjunction place where you can get Sprite. That's Sprite. But above that Sprite, if you notice, there's a beautiful God's gift right there. It's actually right next to Baja's Blast. Baja's Blast? Baja Blast is what I meant to say. It's right next to it because it is just that good. After you heard what I said about Baja Blast, this is kind of a similar situation, just Baja Blast definitely does take it without a doubt. Um, the reason why they're separate is because these are quite literally different sodas. If McDonald's Sprite Bussin' compared to Sprite is a completely different experience. That shit right up at the top is literally like your, how would you say, well, like for a better term, up top that's your meth, below it that's your cocaine. Clearly, there's a reason why that McDonald's Sprite is above, and that's because that's that meth. And I, um, I probably can't like say that, but just put it this way: if McDonald's Sprite is your equivalent of meth and Sprite's your equivalent of cocaine, McDonald's Sprite, aka, is way more addictive, beautiful, and a way better gateway into heaven. Uh, Quite literally, actually. Well, you might not end up in heaven, but you're definitely going somewhere. To McDonald's Sprite. But alright, up next we have the ginger ale line, being Canada Dry and Schweppes, Schwupples, Schweppes, Schweppers, Schwamples, whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck. I think it's German or some shit. I don't think it actually is. I don't know what the hell it is. It might be. Who the fuck knows? Anyways, ginger ale. Um, it's an interesting soda, really. The only time I've ever had it, is when I'm sick. Other than that, I rarely have ginger ale. It's not a bad soda by any means. It's definitely above Coca-Cola, Diet, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. But it's not really something. It's more of like something what an old person would drink to maybe, I don't know, give themselves a little bit of flavor. Maybe you're toughened old man, sort of, or you're Russian power lifter, or you're German. I don't fucking know. Anyways, it's ginger ale. It's kind of like, I don't know. I've never really met someone youthful who just kind of sips on ginger ale, unless they literally have nothing else. Um, that's currently above that ginger ale, or if they just for some reason like ginger ale a lot, which I mean, fair enough. It's not really the most amazing soda, but it is there and it is an option, and it's not a terrible one. Definitely makes being sick 100 times nicer. You know, you get to skip school, eat your chicken noodle Campbell's soup, and you get a little bit of ginger ale. And you can't get wrong. You can't go wrong with no ginger ale when sick. You definitely need it. It's probably like the only way to recover from a sickness. Um, so yeah, ginger ale definitely a solid B. Without it, that's an A. Solid A, solid A, without a doubt. Let's continue. Next up, we have the Orange Crush versus Orange Fonta, and Grape Crush is just kind of thrown in here since Orange Crush is in here, but um, let's get the grape out of the way for a sec. The Grape Crush is an interesting soda. I used to drink it a lot. Quite notably, it is very bubbly. I've noticed. Either I just like shook the fuck out of my cans for whatever reason, but that's just not something I did. Unless I did, but I didn't. But of course, maybe I did. It's not a bad soda. I like on. Holy shit, my fucking brain is actually deteriorating. Um, it's like a little fucking pile of mush. Uh, Grape Crush is by no means a bad soda at all. It may not be all that high, but it is pretty good. This tier, B currently is in the order of how I feel about them. Ginger Ale is definitely behind Orange Crush and Grape Crush. Um, I can't remember having any other grape sodas, so I don't really have any grape sodas to compare it to. Besides its like sort of counterpart, I guess you could say, being Orange Crush, which it's just another flavor, but Grape Crush is definitely better than Orange Crush, no doubt about that. Now for Orange Crush versus Fonta or Fanta Orange. To put quite simply, these two do not compare in the slightest. Orange Crush is quite literally your poor man's Orange Fanta. It. I used to drink Orange Crush quite a lot when I was a bit more of a wee lad. But then I became a big boy. My balls dropped a bit, and I became a man. And that's literally only because I started sucking on Orange Fanta's teat, and it was able to give me the right nutrients to grow up to a big, healthy, strong boy. Orange Fanta, there's nothing really quite remarkable compared to the Baja to say. Again, I know I keep saying stuff about the Baja, but it is quite literally the best thing on this list. And I'm just trying to give an example here. I do think Orange Fanta is better than Grape Crush. Now, they're not the same flavors, so it's a little weird to compare, but I do think this particular boy right here does take over B tier. Um, A tier is not really in a specific order. I feel like any of these could be at the front. So they're all just kind of there jumbled up together, but A is not in particular order. Any of them could be right there in that number one spot of A. So if there's anything to take away from this little segment right here is that Orange Crush, genuinely like your Dollar Tree Orange Fanta, your wannabe, your clone, your how'd you say, fire red, leaf green to your sun and moon. Orange Fanta being fire red, leaf green, Orange Crush being your sun and moon. The reason why I say this is because, you know, like, Sun Moon's not really, I don't think it's a bad game, but an overall design in terms of Pokemon, they've definitely lost their touch. Nintendo has definitely lost their touch, and it's starting to show. It looks like they're starting to imitate their older games. They look like cheap knockoffs, and it's quite sad, but maybe one day they'll turn around. Anyways, your Nintendo Orange Crush definitely deserves that spot right there. And Orange Fanta is without a doubt getting its spot where it's at. So stay mad, I guess. Right here we have the root beer section of this. One of my favorite flavors of soda, actually, for a long time, being my number one. When I was, again, a wee lad, whenever we'd go out to a restaurant, or local one, whatever, you know, your Olive Garden, good breadsticks, I would just chow down on those. Basically anywhere where they give you a little appetizer kind of thing that's like endless, I'll just eat the fuck out of it. I ate a shit ton of breadsticks constantly at Olive Garden. And I ate like Italian bread from somewhere. I don't remember where the hell you get that from. I think it's Dominick's. Um, And then Tully's with the popcorn. Anyways, the point is, I would usually get the classic chicken tenders and fries. Usually either being, well, for a long time being some chalky milk, make the boo-boobs go away or whatever the fuck the funny is. Um, and then I sort of grew up with that. I decided that I was gonna grow some hair on my chest and maybe try something new, so I upgraded to a root beer. Not a bad decision. I've kind of been staying stable, steady, keeping my eye out on the root beers. One of my favorites, for sure, of flavors. Um, that is to say, not all root beer flavors are built the same. So, let's get into it. Mug root beer. Um, it's an interesting one. Well, remember how Orange Crush soda is your Dollar Tree orange Fonta? Well, they can be the same about Mug. Mug root beer is your undoubtedly Dollar Tree version of AW root beer. Does it mean bad? No. But when it's compared to AW, it can be seen that way. If there's no AW around, sure, get your Mug, but you're probably gonna be disappointed unless, like, for some reason you like Mug more, which, I mean, okay, cool for you. You have, like, shit-ass taste buds, whatever. Go fuck it. Good for you. Um, but yeah. AW, on the other hand, it's a blessed version of Mug, as you'd say. In what way? I think it just has a bit more overall flavor. There's just more there, per se. It kind of takes Mug and it does it better. It one-ups it. It really hammers it home, kind of the idea of what root beer should taste like. But, and there's a big but, if you notice, we have a new little friend in the A tier, right above our AW, and that's Barks root beer. Again, A is not in any specific order. Any of these could be in any spot. But Barks root beer, oh man, AW is without a doubt. If Mug is Dollar Tree AW, AW is Dollar Tree Barks. Barks is a different level. I don't know what it is. There's just something about that. Cracking open that cold aluminum can and taking a sip out of that. It's a different experience, a different level. It takes what they did with AW and it just squanders it. It puts it in the mud, drags it around, and defecates on it, and throws it in the garbage for a spin cycle, then takes it back out, and then it drowns it in its little pile of, how'd you say, excrement, and then feeds it to the dogs. It's just, trust me, if that's what it does to AW, imagine what it does to Mug, okay? Barks is no joke. That is your root beer soda right there. And if you think otherwise, then you are big tripping and you need to go back to the books, maybe get your taste buds evaluated, because you are off by a mile. Um, yeah, Barks root beer, not a competition. Not a competition at all. Alright, moving on. It's Dr. Pepper. I don't really have much to say about it. I'm gonna be honest with you, actually, never mind. I'm pretty sure Dr. Pepper's supposed to be like black cherry soda or some shit. Um, again, A is interchangeable. Dr. Pepper belongs right where it's at. Um, it's good. It's good. Dr. Pepper is sort of my gateway from root beer. Sort of an extension. Kind of like my skill tree. I kind of leveled up my attack, and then I went from being a fucking bruiser to being a bit more of a fucking, how'd you say, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't fucking know. I'm out of words because has been a bit emotional, and there's not really much to say. I just like Dr. Pepper, Pepper, quite a, Dr. Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper quite a bit. It's got a good flavor, a good balance. Some people shit on it, and I have no clue why. Some people say it's a worse Pepsi? Um, what? I don't think they've actually had Pepsi or Dr. Pepper. I I don't actually know what's wrong with them. I think they probably have like a cancerous tumor in their head and probably need to get checked out with like a fucking MRI or some shit. If it's not already visible on the side of their fucking head. Um, anyways, yeah, Dr. Pepper's solid though. Um, I don't actually know where those Pop Tarts came from, I'm gonna be honest with you. So that just kind of put them in B because they look kind of good. Um, yeah. Um, that will conclude the current tier list of our soda. I'm trying to decide if there's really any movements I need to do, but I don't think I really need to. It doesn't really matter besides like the very top being Baja Blast and McSprite lesson. Are the only ones that aren't interchangeable. Baja Blast deserves that first spot. It's the only thing that can get that first spot. Um, so yeah. The rest, they are pretty interchangeable for the most part. They're just kind of preference for what you're feeling in the mood for, per se. Um, so yeah. This, again, is my opinion. There's nothing wrong with what you might think, but just understand that you aren't right. Um, so, yeah, don't really get, like, offended if your favorite soda is in, like, some shit place, unless it's, like, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, because you can stay mad because you're an inferior little cuck bitch. Um, but yeah, other than that, I think we did good. This is a solid ranking of the sodas, and where I think they belong. Is this all of the soda flavors? By all means, no. I don't really. Some of the sodas that I was thinking about adding, I either haven't really had them in a while, so I have nothing really to say about them, or I have nothing to compare them to really give an idea of what they're like. Um, so they didn't really end up here. Maybe one day we'll have to revisit this topic with some new reformed ideas. Just know and understand that Coca-Cola and Pepsi will always be right there at the bottom. And if you have an issue with that, then